Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at Tempo Rogue. Yeah, Tempo Rogue is back. Tempo Rogue used to be a thing a long time ago when Bone Mare cost 7 mana and crazy things happened back then, and it was also running Prince Kelazet back then. But more recently, Tempo Rogue has resurfaced. This is not my own build, this is actually one of the most popular and most successful Tempo Rogue builds, just based on HS replay statistics. But overall the archetype is fairly on curve, consisting of just strong cards. So there's some leeway, there are some choices that you can make while building this deck, but they do all end up resembling each other quite a lot. So what this deck does is that it's a Prince Kelazet deck that just relies on playing solid, powerful minions turn after turn. If you can play like Firefly into Kelazet, into Hench Clan Tug, into Corpsetaker, that's going to have Taunt, Divine Shield and Wind Fury. And from there on out, all the way to Captain Hooktusk, which is an incredible card and is going to give you a magnificent tempo swing, then that's just a way to win games. And these sorts of decks are typically very successful in Hearthstone. The biggest ticket to fame of this archetype is that it has a couple of really good matchups, and those matchups are Midrange Hunter and all varieties of Priest. And just being able to beat Midrange Hunters and Priests is a really big ticket to fame in the current Hearthstone metagame. Obviously, the deck also has weaknesses. Hearthstone is this sort of rock, paper, scissors meta right now. And the weaknesses of this deck are, there's Odd Paladin, there's very fast aggro decks, and then there's these very heavy control builds that are just able to beat up these minions from the board. Stuff like Odd Warrior, for example. So overall I would say that this deck has quite a lot of matchups where it's not very strong, but the matchups where it is very strong are so common that that makes it a good choice for ladder right now. There are lots of synergies in this deck that you should be aware of. Shadow Step, for example, is a very flexible card. You can obviously Shadow Step your own Prince Kelazet. You can also Shadow Step various Battle Cry or combo minions, like you can Shadow Step SI7 Agent to have it hit again. You can Shadow Step Wildspine Slayer to have it hit again. You can Shadow Step Leroy Jenkins, play that again, and charge phase for even more damage. And when using Shadow Step, there are actually some interesting considerations. For example, sometimes you might want to Shadow Step a minion immediately back to hand after you play it. And sometimes you're taking a little bit of a chance, try to get that minion to stay alive on the board for a turn, which means that the next turn you would be able to attack with it. And then you could Shadow Step it, and then you could get even more value. That's especially with something like Wildspine Slayer. You Wildspine Slayer something, if you think that the Wildspine Slayer is going to live, you can try to get a bit of a risk out there, take a value trade with Wildspine Slayer hopefully next turn, and then Shadow Step it back to hand in order to hard remove something. While this deck is not a Miracle Rogue build, it still has Edwin Van Cleef in it. And Edwin is it's a peculiar card in a deck like this, because you don't have that many cheap spells and minions that you can play, but you have some. You have stuff like Backstab, Shadow Step, Firefly, generates more tokens. So there are some games where you can just do a really big Edwin. And in your Mulligan, this is, for example, you typically don't keep Edwin, but when you're offered exactly the right hand, it's a very tempting notion to keep Edwin and build a huge Edwin in the very early game. Against decks that don't have hard removal, don't have silence effects, that can simply be game winning. This is also a deck where you don't want to draw certain cards, and that makes it sometimes a little bit awkward. For example, Corpsetaker is a very powerful card. You never want to hold onto any of the Corpsetaker activators in your Mulligan, because you really want to hold on to Corpsetaker and you want Corpsetaker to have those buffs. But the supply of buffs is a little bit limited, because Corpsetaker gets Divine Shield from Argent Commander and from Ziliax, and it gets Taunt from Ziliax and Lich King, and it gets Wind Fury from Stormwatcher. So in the event that you draw Ziliax, Argent Commander, Stormwatcher, Lich King, your Corpsetaker is not going to do anything anymore. This particular build does push it a little bit. There's only 2 of Divine Shield, 2 of Taunt. One of Wind Fury is pretty standard, because Wind Fury minions generally weaken your deck too much if you have multiple. But having those buffs on Corpsetaker with this deck sometimes does fail. I have wondered a little bit whether that should be improved. But overall the deck seems to work quite alright, and Corpsetaker obviously is an incredibly powerful minion. There is a similar effect going on with Captain Hooktusk, because Captain Hooktusk summons 3 pirates from your deck and gives them rush. And in addition to Captain Hooktusk, this deck has 6 pirates in it. There's 2 Cursed Castaways, there's 2 Ticket Scalpers, and there's 2 Southsea Deckhands. And usually you want those Ticket Scalpers and Castaways to come out. But overall 6 pirates seems to be quite alright, because there are also some builds that have only the Castaway and the Scalper, cut the deckhands, but then you often end up in position where you draw a couple of these, and that's going to make your Hooktusk turn weaker. So I think the overall pirate balance seems to be quite on point. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're generally looking for an early curve. That Firefly, Keleseth, Tug, Corpsetaker is usually the dream. If you think you really need to be defending yourself, stuff like Backstab, SI7 can also be good keeps. Edwin Van Cleef I would only keep if I had a really crazy hand that would allow me to do big Edwin early on. And the rest of the cards are generally not worth keeping. I mean, there are some scenarios where you do, like, you have Keleseth, Shadow Step, Elven Minstrel. Then you would play Keleseth on 2, you would Shadow Step it back to your hand, you would not replay it immediately, then on 4 you would play Keleseth and Minstrel to activate the combo effect and draw extremely buffed up cards. There are some scenarios like this, so you always do want to take a look at, okay, is there something that I can do with these cards? But generally it's that on curve cards that you want to hold on to. And if it's a slow matchup, Captain Hooktusk is an incredibly powerful card. You're facing stuff like Warriors or other heavier control decks, and Hooktusk can just win you those games. So overall a fairly straightforward, pretty nice deck to play. It has a considerable number of weak matchups, but that midrange hunter and those priest matchups, they just carry it quite far in the current ladder. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Tempo Rogue in action. That's the whole point. I chose this deck to play precisely because this is very high performance deck right now. So I just don't approve of that. So it's an OTK priest. Do I want to kill this Radiant Elemental? What is he going to do with the Radiant Elemental next turn? Nothing. He could play Dark Reaper maybe, if he isn't actually OTK. I actually think I like that. Let's kill it off. This might turn out to be something, some combo-ish thing. It cannot be several thousand over 3 days though. That must have been another statistic. No, that was back when I went to the deck itself. That was several thousand over 30 days. I can't remember how many it was over 3 days. But there's very high win rate over 30 days too. So for now the Corpsetaker would have Wind Fury. I think I'm still coining the Minstrel here. I just hope I don't draw the Storm Watcher. Okay, I did not want to draw the Storm Watcher. But it was not very likely. It was like 10%. Then Henge Clan Tug becomes the more attractive option. It doesn't die to Mass Hysteria here.
Unity, precision.
Nor does it die to Celiax. But if I play Corpsetaker, it has Divine Shield, then they can kill each other. So what I really need to do is the Celiax. I could get a 4/4 Edwin out there. That's cool. 4/4 Edwin and 5/5 Tug. That's a cool board. So it doesn't die to Mass Hysteria. I'm just constantly trying to build boards that do not die to Mass Hysteria. That's the goal here. 5/5 Lich King isn't bad. Next turn he can Scream. That's of course a little bit annoying. I'd rather have him Scream as Ticket Scalper. Edwin goes there. Dagger goes there. I play the Ticket Scalper. Really? Ticket Scalper over Henge Clan Tug. Yeah, let's do it like that. And the Henge Clan Tug goes face. He can obviously Scream this board. Again, can't mass Hysteria this board. He could resurrect the Ziliax to kill this Ticket Scalper. Well, he can use a Holy Smite. That he can do. Lose a bit of damage, but it's not that important. So 6, 8, 14, 15, 16, 17. Kind of a lethal setup here. I need to play the Stormwatcher here. But he's going to heal his face, right? Or do something. If he screams the Stormwatcher, then I could play the Corpsetaker with Wind Fury. Death Grip, likely to be useless. Witchwood Grizzly is not terrible though. And I do not have the appropriate tools. No Vile Spines here. I mean, if I Leroy down the Grizzly and Ziliax SI7 down the Grizzly, yeah, that works out. That's what we're going to do.
Unity, precision,
Ziliax and SI7 down that Grizzly, so that I can push 8 with the Stormwatcher. But he can just scream and heal his face. He goes back to 10. He will still be fine. Yeah, there comes the scream and the heal. Leroy Shadow Step. Oh, that works out. It's been a while since I've last Shadow Stepped Leroy. Satisfactory experience. I think I actually do. Let's see. Okay. So we'll open with the deckhand on 1. This time he kept only 1 card. Last time he kept his entire hand. So this is slightly better. Also, I find Ziliax. Corpsetaker would be pretty bad at this point because I do all the good stuff. Okay. Henge Clan Tug, kill that, hit face. Alright, alright. This time we are being the aggressor, at least for the time being. I don't have a play for next turn though. He gets Spirit of the Frog again. That is bad. That is very, very bad. Spirit of the Frog again and he gets to draw a ton of cards. Ouch. Well, that's incredible. And I don't have a play for this turn, so all I can do is hit face. But he's going to draw so many cards of this spirit. That was incredible draw. A small upside in that Ziliax is going to kill that, but it's very small. So I have to kill it, I can't just let him draw tons and tons of stuff here. But this means that my healing is gone and he has a wide variety of spells available. So if he can find a Doom Hammer and he also finds a Doom Hammer, then recovering will be nigh impossible. Okay, well we go in with the Argent Commander. So Commander goes face, my dagger goes face. We're very much in the face hitting plan here. But that's unlikely to be strong enough. We'll see. Because with the Doom Hammer and all that draw that he had, means that he probably is going to get double Rockbiter or some such nonsense again. And that should simply win. Yeah, there's one Rockbiter already. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And I can't set up a lethal here. No Divine Shield on the Corpsetaker. There's not even Taunt left on the Corpsetaker, right? No, I drew all the Divine Shields, Taunts and Wind Furies. Corpsetaker has nothing. Stormwatcher is 8. No way to set up lethal with the Stormwatcher. Anything else that could set up lethal? Not really, no. I mean, I'll play Lich King next turn, but... it won't really be enough. Trade there. I've seen one Rockbiter, but he probably has the second Rockbiter too. He has 6 mana. So Rockbiter, Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt, for example, is lethal. Here comes the second Rockbiter. Here comes the Lava Burst. And then comes the Lightning Bolt. There was nothing I could do. It was not enough. Not the whole night. This is the first game where I actually get Kelleset in my opening hand. Alright. That's sweet. But what kind of Warlock is it going to be? It could be Tsu, and I might die before I get to Hooktusk. I might die before I get to Hooktusk against other Warlock decks too. But let's see. What kind of Warlock? Okay, I don't know what kind of Warlock this is now. I don't think I'll feed the Kelleset to that. I'll miss out on one buffed minion, but I think it's acceptable. This could still be Yotsu, although it's less likely now. Yeah, it's probably Q block. I don't have weapon removal in this deck. I would like to have weapon removal. Weapon removal would be fun. This is not a very good hand. This is basically, let's hope he doesn't have anything before I can Hooktusk hand. So... life could be better. There's no silences in this deck. And so now he can have double buffed Spellstone. It's Mecha'thun Warlock. Okay. I need to trade these away to protect the Corpsetaker. So he can't just Spellstone the Corpsetaker now. He needs to do more than just Spellstone. And Corpsetaker still has Wind Fury. Okay, well now I know exactly what I'm up against. Why would you do that though? That was weird. So I could of course prevent this from healing him by attacking into it with Ciliax. But Ciliax can do so much more, like when he finds his Corpsetakers. So what I think I'm doing is I'm daggering that one down. Just playing the SI7 agent out there. And then the Corpsetaker is going to hit face. Now he can of course do more things. Up to 6 mana available. I don't have an activator for my own Vile Spine. But I have some other tools here. Maybe he doesn't have Corpsetakers. With this potential lethal setup with the Leroy. He needs to get something going. Voodoo Doll Defile works. It just works. Well, there's my activator for Vile Spine.
Lights out.
Cursed Castaway can be guilt with a number of things, but it will draw me a combo card. Not the time to go Leroy face, no. I think Castaway is fine. It can draw me Wildspine Slayer or Minstrel. Minstrel can also help me refill.
Winter is here.
And Corpsetaker can be killed with the Vile Spine. So I have 8. I have 8, 9. No, there is no 14. I'm not giving him a Defile board willingly here. We put the Firefly into Vile Spine on that fellow. And these are hitting face. I could put him down to 3 with the deckhand, but then there will be perfect Defile board here. So I won't, I will just kill the Talnos. He can of course have those spellstones too. I could dagger up, play Leroy and deckhand next turn, so I have 10 from hand. Solarium to look for what?
Winter is here.
Wax Elemental too. 2 Wax Elementals. Ouch. That is a lot. So, if I play Hooktusk, it pulls the Ticket Scalpers and the Deckhand. But I don't have a weapon. Well, Deckhand has Rush anyway. But I need 6 hits just to go through these minions. If I backstab and Ziliax the Corpsetaker, that's actually probably the best I can do here. That means he doesn't get any healing from this, he just lost a Spellstone. So backstab into the Corpsetaker. Ziliax into the Corpsetaker. Not giving him any healing. Dagger up. Hit into this one. Kill this. Play the deckhand. Deckhand hit. This one hits. This one goes face. I don't think I had better. I was 1-off with this and I don't think I had anything better going. And now I've seen both Wax Elementals, both Corpsetakers. So even my dagger is threatening lethal. I could not find a better line at least. This was the best I could do. Best I could figure out. Just put a lot of pressure on that life total. There won't be more taunts. There can be healing. Not like... After Godfrey he just dies to the dagger. That's the thing. I have to assume Odd Paladin. And this deck is really bad against Odd Paladin, so now I'm actually facing a matchup that I'm not even supposed to win.
The light dims, but we fight.
And what I think I need to do here, in order to gain some level of control into this game, is to play 2 minions on 1. That means that then I can dagger up on 2. But I'm still not contesting this board effectively enough.
Reporting for duty.
And if there's like an Aggro veteran or something, then that's just complete nuts.
Here we go.
Is it time to use a backstab? I don't think it's time to use a backstab yet. I can kill that one. I can kill that one. Now I have the option to backstab the recruit. What can he have? He can have likely the raid leader. Stonehill defender. I think I'm not backstabbing yet. Well, he would never play a raid leader here, but... Just getting a little bit overwhelmed by this board. He's very adamant about hitting face, and now I have to remove the Divine Shield because there could be a Blessing of Might in hand. But I can't let him just have Blessing of Might free trade the Hench Clan Tug. So here I will need to backstab this one. But I need to remove the Divine Shield. And then I need to kill a couple of minions. But obviously this is not being strong enough at the moment. Although he could just have like a Maul or a Raid Leader or that Blessing of Might. And that would be able to deal with the Hench Clan Tug.
Speak your peace.
Accursed Veteran doesn't quite do that, which is nice. Find another backstab. Next turn he can have Fungalmancer. Let's then backstab here. Dagger up. Deckhand down one of the 2/1s, dagger down another one of the 2/1s, and then trade away one of the 1/1s. So now Fungalmancer makes these 3 trees. One of them is not enough to kill the Hench Clan Tug. This obviously is not looking very good. Would need like a Corpsetaker.
Should I?
Or something. There's the Fungalmancer. One of these minions cannot kill the Hench Clan Tug. That's the sole upside here. I need to play the Kelleset, right? No, I need to play the Ticket Scalper.
Hey, good tickets don't come cheap.
And I cannot afford to hit into the Fungalmancer. Then I need to trade away one of these minions again. He can obviously just trade on board, but he has been wanting to hit face all the time. He has not wanted to do anything else but hit face. So I guess he will continue hitting face. That card that has been there for the whole time, that could be something like a Leroy. Well, he kept that card though. It cannot be a Leroy. He would never keep a Leroy. I need to do it like this because Ticket Scalper is something that he must kill. If he leaves Ticket Scalper up, I get to draw 2 cards. And that might just save me. If I can find some. Alright, second Fungalmancer. And everything goes to face still. Alright. That Celiax draw though. I need to use the Celiax, right? Because there can be Leroy or there can be Vine Cleaver. So this one kills that one and draws 2 cards. I don't get the Kelleset out there. Tough, but it happens. I also drew both my taunt minions now, so Corpsetakers will not have taunt. So this is not looking very promising at the moment. But Shadow Step on the Celiax. Well, it prevents Celiax from dying. But is it still strong enough? No. It's not strong enough. I have to let the Celiax die. I just have to let the Celiax die. So let's say there's a Vine Cleaver. Vine Cleaver is the worst case scenario. Because I can't get to the Lich King yet. But even if Vine Cleaver went face here, that would have still been really bad for me. I can't even clean up the minions. So 5+6, Leroy's lethal. Well, Leroy's lethal. I can't help that. Okay. Raid leader. Oh no, so many minions. They can push through the Lich King. And he will have 6 damage left over. This is lethal through Lich King now. That trade though. This is still lethal through Lich King. It makes no difference. 4+3. Are there any outs? Even if I size 7 Shadow Step the size 7, I can kill 2. There'll still be 8 damage on board. I can't get a taunt. With Minstrel, I cannot draw anything. So no, there are no outs. I see a hand that can give me a big Edwin. Tough choice. Where are you from? I am from Finland. Chris Morkalard sends his regards. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. So, is he going to have a Hunter's Mark? How all in am I on this Edwin Van Cleef? This is a chance to be very all in on an Edwin. Do I just go for it? What do you think? I don't think he has a Hunter's Mark. So if I Firefly and Shadow Step the Firefly this turn, the next turn I can play... No, I need to just play the Firefly. I need to just do this. No Shadow Stepping yet. It doesn't actually help me. He might not even kill the Firefly. Yes. We're going all in on that Edwin. So Firefly goes to the face. Shadow Step the Firefly. I'm going to replay the Firefly. That's 2 cards. 3 cards. 4 cards. Let's make a 10-10 Edwin. Now if he has Deadly Shot or Hunter's Mark, I'm going to lose this game. But come on, we have to do it. We just have to do it. This is a Recruit Hunter. He can find us. Oh, he can find the Spider Bomb. Well, I'm going all in with the big Edwin, because that's the way things go. But if he has a Spider Bomb, that can be terrible. In order to play around the Spider Bomb, I need to play 2 Flame Elementals, then the Spider Bomb can fail. There's 2 Flame Elementals and Edwin to face. Because now even if he has Spider Bomb and Play Dead, it might kill a Flame Elemental, he can only kill 1. It's 50-50. Hi Morgalad. Davron subscribed. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. Now, is that the Spider Bomb? The rest of my hand is pretty weak. At least that is not a Spider Bomb. What does putting Edwin down to 9 do? I need to dagger down the Stitch Tracker, right? Spider Bomb can still catch the Edwin. But that's now inevitable, if there is that. I'll dagger down this one. These are going face. Okay. What's coming next? Could be Witchwood Grizzly. That would allow for an Edwin kill too. Because he hit into the Edwin. Oh no! Not a Defender of Argus. Now he just needs to hit face. It's time to hit face, really. It really is time to hit face here. He can finally get rid of my Edwin. Okay, so... what do you think of replacing deckhands with Tar Creepers? And then there are so few pirates, and these have charge too, so it's not like they're bad. They're actually pretty good. Edwin goes down to 3 if it kills the Devilsaur, but it has to kill the Devilsaur. I might still be able to find a way to get through this with like a Leroy top deck. It's got to beat Ciliax. Ciliax kills this one. Edwin kills that one. And I'm going to dagger face too. I know I will lose the dagger now, but I want to pressure his life total. If he can't find Witchwood Grizzly or Ciliax, then pressuring his life total might just mean that I get to a position where I can kill him. He has to trade away the Edwin now. I want to be able to activate the Vilespine Slayer. Castaway can kill this, but what's the real benefit? It can draw a combo card. Pushing 3 to face does nothing. Hench Clan Tug. Dagger to face puts him down to 6. I will have 4/4. If I can find Leroy, I can always still dagger up. But now he has another minion from Stitch Tracker, so it could be another Defender of Argus too. So I actually think I'm going to play the Castaway. And I'm going to kill the Stitch Tracker. So that if he has Defender of Argus... Well, if he has another Deathrattle proc and Defender of Argus, then that's tricky. And 7 mana would allow him to play like... Okay, it was a Grizzly. I'm so tiny bit off. Was there a way for me to set up lethal through this? I don't think there was. Next turn, turn 8. Well, this can also draw an SI7 agent. Not the time to go with the deckhand yet. I want to Vilespine this, so that I can push. Vilespine that. 5 to face. Put him down to 2. So if this dies and I draw a dead SI7 agent, I can kill him with the combo. Even if he has like Katrina that pulls another Grizzly. He needs the Ziliax, right? Okay, that's not terrible. But it's not good. I mean, it's clearly not good enough. He's just dead on board. He's just dead on board here. Because I can just dagger him down. I'm not feeling confident. I'm on the play and I really want to have a 1-drop. So I keep the deckhand even though I generally don't like deckhands. But against Paladin on the play, that's kind of a point where I want to do it. But it's an odd Paladin and I have a very hard time just getting through that. So I could use backstab here.
Here we go.
But then I can't activate the SI7 agent. Do I need to activate the SI7 agent next turn? Maybe. Maybe not. I'll need to kill the Righteous Protector anyway. He kept most of his cards too. That's a problem. Now backstab SI is going to be the play this turn. Right. I think it is.
This guy's tough.
I can kill both of these minions. Next turn I can play Hench Clan Tug and Firefly and use my dagger. Okay, this is as good as I can get here, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. Odd Paladin is such a bad matchup.
Reporting for duty.
Summoning 2 recruits was pretty good. I mean, there's always a Hench Clan Tug. And a Firefly. Do I just kill both of these now, or do I push face? Because he could have Raid Leader. He could have Blessing of Might.
Hey, lights out.
I think I will trade. That should ensure that the Hench Clan Tug lives. Of course, how long is another matter. But this is not bad so far. It's much better than I expected. Oh, that Kelesset draw is good too, because I want to have Flame Elemental Vilespine for next turn. So now I play the Kelesset. And I keep trading away the board. Of course, I don't want to give him a Fungal Mancer turn or something. And I'm holding on this Flame Elemental so that I can play Flame Elemental Vilespine next turn. Then I have the Hooktusk coming on 8. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe, but is that folly? Maybe it is folly. Maybe I should not believe.
Here we go.
Do I trade away one of my minions? Or do I want to maintain all of this board for now? And miss 6 damage to face. But I have the Hooktusk coming. He can't play Vine Cleaver yet. I think I'm doing it like this. With the Hooktusk in hand, I think I will be able to win this board. I probably want to Shadow Step the Vilespine. Dagger up, heat. Heat. Shadow Step to kill that. If I want to keep trading down this board, then I'm still trading down this board. Alternatives. Castaway. No, not Castaway. Actually, this one is going to kill that. Yeah, that one's going to kill that. It's hit over there. This one will kill that. This one will kill one of these. Then I'll Shadow Step it. Then it's going to kill the Corridor Creeper. I'll dagger down that one. This one's going face. Now he can play Vine Cleaver and take 7 to face. And give me targets for Ticket Scalpers to draw me a ton of cards. At which point this game is going to be over. Wahahahaha. Ticket Scalper. No refunds. And this one kills the other one. And these are going face. Do I dagger face? What do I want to do for 9 mana? I can dagger face too. It's fine. And now I think we should have this. Well, Tarim isn't enough. I actually won against Todd Paladin. I don't think I have done that before with Tempo Rogue. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.